Welcome back. We've got Chef Anthony in studio this morning from Pittsburgh High School Culinary Arts, and today we're focusing on back to school lunches. We're going to be sending our kids back to school, some of them as early as today, and some schools start next week.
That's right. We start freshman orientation next Thursday, and then all students back next Friday. I'm very excited. I always love freshman orientation because they're so nervous and skittish, but it's always nice when you have that one teacher who tries to help them relax.
And make some cookies.
And I make cookies for their first day of school. So
yeah, you can't beat that.
So with back to school coming, one of the things I wanted to focus on was lunches, because with the changes going, not every student can gets lunch at school for free. But what if you just want your kids to do something different, or if they want to change?
Yeah, and a lot of parents get stuck in the rut of just making that peanut butter and jelly sandwich or the ham and just a sandwich, and an apple.
It gets kind of boring.
You need to mix it up. Yeah.
So I love leftovers. So I always tell everybody, leftovers. And what I have is a leftover chicken breast that was smoked, and a steak that didn't get eaten, that was smoked. So we have it to try. And then I have some fresh fruits, strawberries, blueberries, grapes, some grape tomatoes, and cheese and carrots.
Okay.
So we'll balance out and create this nice little even meal to go all the way through. But first, how do you send the lunch? Right. So grocery stores and a lot of the other stores out there, they have little lunch kits that you can buy. This one is mine. It has a nice little sealable top on top. My silverware sits on the outside of it, and it's open on the inside. But this is a perfectly portioned lunch for what I take to school for me. So we'll use this as kind of a basis as to what we're going to make.
Okay.
So we're going to start here, and we're going to take just a little bit of beef, because a little bit of protein inside your lunch is definitely a must. Remember, we want to keep our students happy and healthy and eating so that we don't overfeed them, because what happens when you overeat?
What if they don't have a way to heat it?
Well, most schools have microwaves, but if you do leftovers like this and you're very conscious about what you put in it, then you don't have to worry about the heat, because they can eat it right out of the box.
If you are sending lunches, inquire with your school if your child has a way to heat their lunch at school. A lot of schools do, like you said.
And you'd be surprised. And at Pittsburgh, if you bring your lunch and it needs to be refrigerated, come by my room, say, hey, chef, can I put this in your refrigerator? I always have room in the refrigerator for you to put your lunch. So
just don't take your lunch.
Exactly, just don't take my lunch. But we want to make sure that we have things in these meals that are going to allow the students to stay fueled without overfeeding them. Because if you overfeed them, then they get sleepy and things don't quite turn out the way that we want them to.
So we have, what kind of steak was this?
This was just a sirloin steak that was smoked, and this is just a chicken breast that was smoked. I love the seasoning blends, and the hickory that he uses to smoke over at Simon Market is just absolutely wonderful. So I have a little bit of chicken.
Oh, that's what's nice about, going to a market like that, like Simon Market, is you can get you don't have to worry about smoking it yourself. You can get it.
You can tell him exactly what you want, and he'll do it for you. So, and I have a carrot here. And of course, the good old-fashioned carrot sticks. Nothing wrong with a carrot stick.
I noticed you're making everything like bite-sized.
Exactly, because everybody visits during lunch, so you don't want to make anything too terribly big. And if you don't make it too big, then they can eat with their fingers while they're there. So they just pick it up and go.
You don't have to worry about necessarily sending utensils with everything.
Correct. Not every lunch kit. I mean, I've seen some where they have silverware that are attached inside of it, but I like this one because it's strapped right onto it.
Okay.
And then we're going to throw a little bit of tomatoes in there. And we have some fresh fruit. We'll put some blueberries.
What about for carbs?
Carbs? See, that's the one thing I don't do for a school lunch. You can do it. You can throw a little bit of pasta in there if you want to along with it, instead of all the vegetables. Cooking up a ramen the night before. Remember when we did our ramen episode? You can put it in there and then microwave the whole thing.
Okay.
And reheat it back up. I don't tend to do a whole lot of carbs for lunch because it makes me tired. And I don't want to go through the last 4 hours of my day sleepy.
Okay. You need
So,
quick pick-me-up energy proteins.
something that's going to long burn and give me the fuel to get through the remainder of my day. So I have a couple of beautiful strawberries and, of course, some wonderful grapes. And if you want to throw something just a little bit more in there, a little cheese will do you. This one's from Wisconsin. This is Hemmings. This is a Dragon's Breath Cheddar. So,
spicy.
But you can do just about anything, but do a hard cheese like this so that you can slice it in. And some nuts will be a good addition to it. Just about anything, some granola, just about anything, as long as you're providing long burning fuels. You don't want candy in there because you don't want that quick burst. Because for my kids, they go to quick burst, that gets them to study hall. Or to study hall, and then they're crashing in the middle of it, so.
Or they can't sit in their seat in the class right after lunch.
But that's okay, because everybody has that option. But that's just a beautiful box. I mean, it's pretty, it look good to look at. And you see this one, just seal it right back up, and away we go.
There you go.
And you're good. You don't have to worry about too terribly much. I'm going to have plenty of energy to get through the rest of my day, and I'm usually there a couple hours after students leave. So if it carries me, it's definitely going to carry the student.
Okay, well, here are some great ideas, and of course you can check this out again on our website later this morning on KOAMnewsnow.com. What are we going to be doing later in the show? I know the heat's coming back in the 4 states just as school starts.
Just as school starts, we're going to do a last throw out to summer and do watermelon chillers.
Watermelon chillers. Looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm having fun with that one.
All right, be sure to stick with us and watch us on KOAM Morning News on Fox 14 as we make those watermelon chillers. We'll be right back.